Hello everyone, this is another episode. Hello everyone, this is another episode. Listen to another episode of Let's Talk Sports with Tim McKain, where I have the special pleasure of interviewing very special guests. Good evening. You're listening to the Sports Cycle. You're listening to Believe in HBCUs.
I believe.
Hello everyone. You listen to another episode of Let's Talk Sports with Tim McKain. I am here with Daniel, the Haitian sensation. Man, this brother, he is a superstar. 23 victories, 14 KOs. How you doing today, sir?
Man, everything is love, man. They call me the Haitian sensation, often imitated but never duplicated. The original, a.k.a. El Mas Loco. We here live with you. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Blessed, man. Blessed. Your energy rubs off, man. The first time I met you, it was at your event. It was the tryout boxing event. It was for amateurs. Just tell me, what was that experience like from being from a boxer to now setting up your own promotion and setting up your own fights?
Actually, what you guys saw here at the fight night, that's kind of like the bottom tier of it. You know what I mean? That's kind of like, we kind of consider that blue collar boxing, but we way up top doing, the big shows. I'm the boxing commissioner for Haiti. So we're getting ready to do a lot of big things 2021 as far as boxing, professional boxing though. What you guys see at the fight night, that's kind of a taste to get you, get your appetizer. Your appetizer to giving these guys opportunity to be able to see what it's like to be on the scene and be able to develop and grow from there, because this is the novice level, but you have to start somewhere. And this is the beginning level, what we do at these fight nights, so people can get to the big rendezvous when we do these big shows.
Exactly. So, Daniel, what led you to boxing?
Man, I've always been a headbanger, basically. Since 6-7 years old, I've always been a guy on the street busting heads, and it wasn't until I was 15, I got locked up as a juvie, and then the counselor was like, "Yo, why don't you box? You know you can box, right?" And I'm like, "I didn't know we can do that as a kid." So they put me in there once I got the program, and it's been smooth sailing since.
I remember watching one of your interviews, and you actually became a top fighter after 1 year of boxing.
Yeah, 1 year. One year. Within 1 year, we made it to the top 15 of the world, and it was amazing. It was,
What was that experience like? Being from someone who did not box, from a boxing, but you were fighting in the streets. But what was that like from being someone who was just fighting in the streets to somebody who was raising their fist up in front of a crowd?
I mean, because in the streets you do the same thing, and so it wasn't that much of a transition. It was just now when I was in the streets, I had the fear of getting locked up for it, but now I got praised for it. So it was an epiphany. It was like it was heaven. And I tell people boxing is the greatest metaphor to life for me, because that's what changed me. That's what saved me. Nothing else. I mean, I can't. People want to put it to everything else, but me it's boxing. Boxing is my baby. Boxing is my everything.
Yes, sir. So can you explain to the viewers, the people who will listen, what is it like, the countless hours of training for boxing and everything like that? Like, what is it like being a dedicated boxer?
It's that same dedication as any other job, and that's why Trifecta. That's why we got this gym, so we can help people understand how hard dedication plus consistency equals results. And that's what we tell people: you gotta work hard. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So we push. Hard work ethic. A lot of people just don't understand what hard work ethic means. And from a boxer standpoint, it's one of the most tiring workouts and more excruciating workouts, because we're incorporating everything. We're running, we're swimming, there's weights, there's jumping, there's footwork, foot drills. So it's a high intensity. The average professional boxer is working out a good 8 hours a day minimum. In the morning, you're going for your jog, you're doing your calisthenics, then you got your afternoon session at the gym, And then in the evening, you got your calisthenics and things like that. So it's intense. It's intense. So that's 8 hours every day, running 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 miles, depending on what, what you're trying to do. But minimum, you're running 4 or 5 miles. So, considering all that, you got somebody, we're running 15, 20 miles a week, when you're in camp. Just that's just running. That's just the jogging aspect. We're not talking about sparring. We're not talking about the gym work and the weights, swimming, or whatever. Some people do yoga. So there's so many variations to training for everybody. Each trainer has their own thing. Each fighter has their own thing. But you training for at least 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yes, sir. So I have 2 questions for you. What was your favorite knockout? And then 2, who's the toughest opponent you ever faced?
I don't have a favorite knockout per se. I don't personally have one. But as far as my toughest opponent, I would say, what was my toughest opponent?
Jermaine Taylor?
No, he wasn't the toughest. Believe it or not, he wasn't the toughest. It was because me and Jermaine had a lot of history prior to that. We were sparring. I was a sparring partner for, for some time prior to that. He was my dog. That was my buddy. We used to hang out. So it was just, he gave me that shot and I took it. But the Jermaine Taylor fight wasn't the toughest. It was the toughest crowd for me. Because, so I would say that can be the toughest fight, but it wasn't Jermaine Taylor that was the toughest. It was what I was fighting. I was used to fighting in 5,000 crowd arenas. And then you go from that to the Staples Center, 20,000 plus people. It's ridiculous, but you're in LA, so it's not like, everybody's there. So, I'm walking out, quick story. So I'm walking out. Prior to walking out, I didn't go to see the venue. I usually check out the venue, but I didn't this time. So we're sitting in the back. They're like, get ready. 3, 2, 1. The curtains open up, and it's just, you just hear explosion like Gladiator. So we walk into the ring. You see Mike Tyson. You see the Wayne brothers. You see Jamie Foxx. You see everybody, throwing thumbs up at you. So we get in the ring, getting ready. And then I felt a tap on my leg. And then I looked at my corner and I see everyone stunned. And it's Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson taps my leg and he says, yo, wave to my girlfriend. She loves you. And I'm like, so my whole corner is like, and then Jermaine Taylor's walking in. So, what I'm saying? So my mind was just all over the place. And that was a great learning lesson for me because it helped you can get to the show, but if you're not prepared mentally for the show, you're still out. You can be prepared physically, spiritually, but mentally, if you're not there to understand what it means to be there, you're going to fall every time. And that's what Trifecta represents. It's the mind, spirit, body. We're going to show you how to culminate all 3 and hit all 3, and then boom, Trifecta, baby.
Trifecta. Okay, that's what's up. How does boxing and faith, because I've watched a couple of your interviews, you're a man of faith. How did faith and boxing help you in life?
To me, if you look at the Bible's always talking about war. It's always talking about fight. It's always talking about, the good race, the good fight. So my thing is with that, it was easily applied synonymously because to me, boxing is the battle of life. You have to fight life. It doesn't just, it's just not there. You got to fight life. There's so many Job stories in boxing. Hey, you lost everything, but guess what? I fought and I came back. And to me, that's the metaphor of boxing. That's why we use it because Trifecta is not just the spiritual aspect of it. And a lot of people don't understand. They misconstrue that. Even people who are in the faith, they just look at the spiritual component and think that dictates everything. And no, there's 3, the tri, He says it biblically, the triune, the Trinity, Jesus came down to give you the spirit, which is in you. It resides in you. So it is you. So the Trifecta, find the Trifecta within you. Your mind, spirit, body must be connected, must be in sync. And then boom, Trifecta, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So your last event, you got one coming up this Saturday, yes, sir, and then one on October 31st for Halloween. When you see some of your fighters fight, right, after the fight, and they come to you, like what kind of lessons do you teach some of these young cats who either get a win or get a loss? Like what are some of the things that you tell them to inspire them to keep going?
Well, one of the first things for our fight nights, there's no winner or loser.
Okay.
By you getting in the ring, you're already a winner because you had to fight that. You had to fight that battle. So that's their first step. That's their first lesson, getting in there. And getting in there, and depends how it goes. You know, afterwards, that's when they come talk to me. They're like, "Yo, I did this wrong. I did that wrong. I did this. I should have done this. Now I understand what you were telling me about this, that." And that's really what the fight really is. It's the test. That's your test to see. Yo, I mean, where am I at? You know, we can train all day in life. We can, and a lot of times, and same thing as far as bringing it to the faith, we train all day in life. We train for things in life. We train for the fight. But then when the fight comes, we buck up and we bitch up and then clam up. And it's like, no, you train to fight, so be ready for the fight. And that the fight nights kind of help these guys understand where am I at as far as, you know, where am I at? And that's what they always come tell me, yo, I got to work on this, or I got to do this. Or some of them did wonderful, and they're like, yo, even the ones who did great, they're still like, yo, I got to work on this, I got to work on that, because it's a journey. It's a journey that never stops, and you're continually learning and developing. Hence, you have a Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, who are fighting at 54. You know what I'm saying? The journey never stops, and that's the beautiful thing about Trifecta. It never stops. It keeps going.
So when did you know that you were going to retire from boxing? And when did you know that you wanted to start something like Trifecta? When did you know?
Well, the Trifecta gym promotion aspect of my life started way back in 2005. Because I mean, when I started boxing, I already knew that I didn't want to be just a boxer. I didn't want to be that. I wanted to be more of a promoter because I wanted to give, especially when I went to Haiti. When I went to Haiti and I saw the poverty, but I saw the poverty. I saw the resilience and the tenacity and the strength of the people. Like, yo, give me something, give me an opportunity, and I'm gonna show you. And that's, I mean, the boxing was a great platform for that. So I was like, yo, I want to be able to be this platform and give people a platform to box. You know, I mean, especially a lot of the African Americans, the door wasn't fully open for us that way. And now with all these other sports and opportunities, I'm like, yo, it's great. So let's create the opportunity for everybody as much as I can. And of course, Haiti, you have a population of 11 million people, and over half of that population is under the age of 25, which means you have a lot of young athletes. You know what I'm saying? You got over 5 million prospective athletes. So my thing was, let's give them the opportunity. And that's what I've been doing, is doing that in Haiti as well as here. So to answer the question, yeah, back in 2005, that's kind of when that niche, the itch came to be a promoter. And I promoted my first show 2006. And then, yeah, 2006, right away. And then, as far as what was the second part to the question?
When did you decide that you were going to stop boxing as a professional?
That took a while. It took a while because I wanted to retire way back in 2008. I was tired then, but kind of to me, what was the final straw, you know what I'm saying, to the whole thing was just my last fight. I got clipped, in the way he cracked Brandon Adams. He ended up fighting Jermell Charlo for the title. Yeah, so I mean, he wasn't no slouch, and he caught me with a great hook. I went down, and I was like, I got up, I finished the round, but when I went to the corner, I said, man, fuck this, man. I don't want to do this no more. And it was the wake-up call of I don't have that dog fight in me anymore. I don't want to. It's like, why? I don't care how much money it is. It's like, I lost that dog fight, and it took me a few years to really. Physically, I felt it, but spiritually and mentally, it took me a while to catch up to really accept the fact of that it's okay. It's okay to not want to have to get in there and fight, you know, because I'm like, yo, I'm still young, I want to fight. But I had to accept the fact that, nah, man, it's for my health-wise, just leave it alone, bro. Leave it alone.
Yes, sir. So when you travel back to Haiti and there's a little kid and he's like, I want to be like Daniel Edouard, how does that make you feel?
As far as faith, they tell you, let your light shine. Let your light shine so bright that in the midst of darkness, hey, all you see is light. So that's what I transfer everywhere I go. It don't matter where it is, boxing or not, you're going to feel the trifecta energy. You know what I'm saying? And it comes. So I'm not alone. I mean, it doesn't give me a feeling. It's not a feeling that, it's just, hey, that's what the energy is for. I'm going to direct you to where you need to go to. So when they come to me about it, I'm like, yo, take your ass to the gym. Let's go. It's like, it ain't it's not me. It has nothing to do with me, because the gift that was given to me is not for me. The gift is for everybody else. So, I mean, I take me completely out the equation. You saw me at Fight Night. I mean, My energy is crazy, but it's not me. It's for the people, man. I want to make sure the people can reach trifecta. The fighters can reach trifecta. Everybody can reach trifecta, because when you reach trifecta, you got wholeness, baby. It's fun, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my last question to you is, what are your keys to success? If someone would say, hey, Daniel, what do I need to be great?
Hard work plus dedication equals, hard work plus consistency equals results. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna rephrase that because I messed it up right there, actually. Dedication plus consistency equals results. It doesn't matter what you're dedicated to, as long as plus consistency, if you're consistent with it, you will reach some type of results. Whether it's bad or good, but you're gonna see results. And the main thing to success is monitoring evaluation. You have to monitor what you're doing, what levels you're at, and you can evaluate where I need to be at. And that's the keys to success. It's that simple. It's very that simple. I mean, consistency, hard work, dedication, you're going to get results. You know what I mean? Whatever results you're looking for, you're going to get them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Daniel, where can they find you on social media and your business platforms and all that?
Man, Trifecta Fight Club. Trifecta Fight Club on IG. Trifecta Fight Club on Facebook. TrifectaFightClub.com. And you'll catch up. You'll see everything, man. Hey, this Saturday, I forgot what the date is. 26, I think. Well, I forgot whatever date it is. No, 17. The 17th, y'all come out, check us out at Trifecta Fight Club out here in Jamestown. You're going to see some ridiculous fights, great energy. The Trifecta Angels will be in the building. The Angels will be in the building. You know what I'm saying? For those who know, you know what I'm saying, come through, enjoy yourself. It's stupid fun, what we call it.
I concur. It's stupid fun. I had an amazing time. The fighters go all in. And I'm telling you, when you meet Daniel, you're going to feel that trifecta.
Boom, that's what it is.
Sir. Thank you, Daniel.
The pleasure was all mine. I thank you for doing this. Continue to, Mr. McKain, keep up the good work and give people a platform to tell their story. So I thank you for, you giving us that trifecta by letting us, interviewing us, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, brother.
One love.